As part of the previous topic, we have seen how to access web applications that are running on Cloud9 by opening up the ports using security groups that are associated with the EC2 instance related to the Cloud9 instance. Now let's understand how to deal with changing IP addresses. Whenever there is inactivity on this Cloud9 instance, the system will be shut down. Whenever we want to use it, it will be started automatically. We might have to log in and launch from the AWS Web Console, or if the browser is still active, you should be able to refresh the page. It will automatically connect to the Cloud9 instance for you by starting the EC2 instance behind the scenes. That being said, whenever it is shut down and started, the public DNS as well as IP will change. For example, in this case, if I go to the instances here, if I choose the EC2 instance related to the Cloud9 instance and then go to instance state and then say stop instance, before clicking on the stop instance, let's review the existing public IP address and DNS. This is the public IP address and this is the DNS. DNS is derived from the IP address itself. Now let me stop this. It will automatically start because our Cloud9 instance is still active. Let's see whether the IP address will change or not. Let's wait until it is completely stopped and started. Now the EC2 instance related to our Cloud9 instance is shut down and started. You can see that IP address is changed. Earlier it is completely different compared to this. Now you have to use this IP address to access the web service. Let me click on this and then let me open a private window here. I can say http:// paste this and hit enter. We can access the web server. However, it is not very productive to get the DNS like this and access the web server. It is better to have a static IP. There's a cost associated with the static IP, but it is very minimal cost. It is worth pursuing the elastic IP path rather than using this changing IP address to access our web services. Now let me close this down and then let me go to the EC2 console. To associate an elastic IP address with this EC2 instance, you have to scroll down here. You have to click on this elastic IPs here. Then you have to say allocate elastic IP address. You can choose Amazon's pool of IPv4 addresses. Scroll down. You can say allocate. You can click on this to give the name. Let me name it as DE Lab Demo. This is the name I have given to my Cloud9 instance that is used for the demo. Let me click on save. Let's select this and then go to actions. Associate elastic IP address. Let's scroll down. Let's click on this. Let's choose the Cloud9 instance which is running at this time. It is nothing but this one. So now this is associated with the DE Lab Demo Cloud9 instance. Now I can say associate here. It will take care of associating this elastic IP to our EC2 instance which is associated with our Cloud9 instance. Now we can actually go to instances here. Let's choose this instance and then scroll up here. Let's refresh this. We need to refresh this here. It is still showing the old public IPv4 address. Now you should be able to see the new public IPv4 address for this instance. You can see here. Now we can click on this and then open the tab, or you can also open a private window and then say http:// paste and hit enter. Now you can access the web service using this DNS alias. Even if we shut down and start the EC2 instance associated with our Cloud9 instance, still it will be using the same public IPv4 address or public IPv4 DNS. If you want, you can actually select this EC2 instance and then go to instance state and then reboot instance. Click on reboot. Let's wait until it is completely rebooted. This time the EC2 instance will have the same public IPv4 DNS. Now it is successfully rebooted and you can see that the IPv4 address and IPv4 DNS haven't changed. This is how you should be able to manage the changing IP address as well as DNS alias to access the web applications running on our Cloud9 instance. We have understood both the port numbers as well as the changing IP addresses. Now let's actually set up one web service and see how we can access using this public IPv4 DNS.